Sometime today, someone sitting behind the wheel of a car rented from Alamo will look out over the California coastline for the very first time. Right at that moment, a child in the Midwest will see something she's never seen before. And somewhere off the Florida Keys, a young couple will get to know one another a little better. They're all travelers, all the people we depend on for our livelihood. And while we do need to pay close attention to the business side of things, our rates, our reservations, and all the rest, we should never lose sight of what we're really giving people. Some freedom. The freedom to get out on the open road and look around a little, to find something that'll be remembered for a lifetime. It's the American desire to see what's over the next hill, or what the people are like in the next town, that Alamo wants to help fulfill. When a young woman gets to spend some time with her grandparents who live 1,000 miles away, we've done our job. When people want to get away from it all, or be right in the middle of it all. When an executive needs a car that'll represent his company as well as he does, that's when we're at our best. That's when we give people a choice from among more than 60,000 clean, comfortable General Motors cars, all equipped the way they want them. All ready to roll out of America's most favored travel markets, as well as airports in the United Kingdom. And all available at unlimited free mileage. Because you wouldn't want to miss a sight like this for the sake of 39 cents a mile. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo Territory. They run right by towns where men still like to sit around and listen to the radio. They run from Hollywood Boulevard to 42nd Street to Pennsylvania Avenue. And even into country where a road is hard to find. Whether they're traveling for pleasure or on business, people want the freedom to go to places like these. And every day, we work to make it easier for them to get there. 10 years ago, the Alamo of today was only a dream. But with your help, we've turned the top 4 car rental companies in the world. A lot of it came from doing all the logical things you do if you want to be a success. But a lot of it came from understanding people. People who sing songs about their mountains and their prairies and their oceans white with foam. People who just want to get behind the wheel of a car they can trust and drive from sea to shining sea.
Welcome to Central Florida. On this Rand McNally video trip, we're going to take you on an exciting, fun, and fact-filled tour of this magical southeastern state. As you can see, we'll show you those special points of interest which will provide you with the ultimate Central Florida vacation. You'll also learn important details such as what to expect in the weather, transportation, and hotel availability. This information can help eliminate many annoying inconveniences which travelers sometimes encounter. Florida is located at the southeastern corner of the United States, a tropical peninsula separating the Atlantic from the Gulf of Mexico. We will begin in Tampa, St. Petersburg, on Central Florida's west coast, move inland to the cities of Orlando, Vista, and finish on the shores of the Atlantic. Central Florida offers just about everything a vacationer might want. On the west, there are romantic Gulf Coast beaches, great saltwater fishing, and family attractions. In the center, the Magic Kingdom, gardens, and SeaWorld. On the east, Kennedy Space Center, truly something for everyone. If you want to spend more time fishing or relaxing on the beach, then Tampa, St. Petersburg might be where you want to stay. If you plan on spending several days at Walt Disney World or Universal Studios Florida, you might consider accommodations around Orlando. In either case, the two areas are less than 100 miles apart, so you can stay in one and still enjoy the activities of the other, all within a 2-hour drive. Now, let's begin our video journey in the West Florida city of Tampa. Described by many as the country's finest airport, Tampa International Airport is served by most airlines and numerous commuter carriers. The modern facilities maintain an efficient system of shuttle cars, escalators, and elevators to make your trip through the airport as comfortable as possible. Tampa International is within 20 minutes of downtown Tampa and less than 1 hour from all the West Coast beaches and attractions. If you're a private pilot, there are also a number of other municipal airports throughout the area servicing smaller planes. Most rental car agencies are available near the baggage gates. Also, many hotels in Tampa provide courtesy cars to and from Tampa International. Limousine and taxi service is available to both Tampa and St. Petersburg. If you like to travel by train, the Amtrak station in downtown Tampa Seaboard Coastline trains. Major bus lines also serve the Tampa area. To reach Tampa by car, the main north-south routes are U.S. Highway 19 and Interstate 75. And from Orlando and points east, Interstate 4 is probably. Interconnections with other U.S. and Florida highways provide easy access throughout the state. It's hard to imagine that this cosmopolitan center began as a small Army outpost. In 1824, the U.S. Army erected Fort Brooke to safeguard and protect the growing number of settlers. During the Spanish-American War, Tampa became the primary embarkation port for U.S. troops, including Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders Regiment. From its colorful military history, the Tampa of today has flourished as a commercial giant. The Port of Tampa is the 7th largest in the nation. Almost daily, ships from South and Central America unload an abundance of fruit and produce at the banana docks on the. But it was the sunshine and the tourists who chase it that really created the Tampa-St. Petersburg area boom. People now come from all over the world to Florida's famed western shores, bathed by the sparkling waters of the Gulf of Mexico. To further attract vacationers, the Tampa area has spawned some of the most unique and exciting attractions in the world, like the famous Busch Gardens. How would you like to vacation in a tropical jungle without ever leaving the country? Well, you can if you visit the Dark Continent at Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens is located at 3000 Busch Boulevard in Tampa. As you enter the spectacular 300-acre park, you'll find yourself in turn-of-the-century Africa. A true-to-life safari, Busch Gardens is divided into 7 themed areas, offering rides, animal and bird exhibits, live entertainment, shops, and games. There is the majestic Serengeti Plain, a 60-acre wilderness enclosure where more than 3,000 animals roam free. An overhead monorail provides comfortable viewing of the entire exhibit. Few creatures are more thrilling to behold than the rare white Bengal tigers. Congo River Rapids takes the adventurous on free-floating rafts through a quarter-mile of unpredictable whitewater rapids. On this ride, you should be prepared to be thoroughly soaked by the time you're through, so you'll want to plan accordingly. The Timbuk features the Scorpion Coaster, a German fest house, and a dolphin show. For the child at heart, there is also and monstrous mamba coasters, the log flume, and the ever-popular Ubanga Banga bumper cars. Other sections include a marketplace in Morocco, tropical bird gardens, and the villages of Stanleyville and Nairobi, where small animals. The Dark Continent at Busch Gardens is open year-round, and you should plan to spend a full day at the park. After you've experienced the wonder of Busch Gardens, come back to the excitement of the city, Ybor City, in Tampa's Latin Quarter. Registered district, Ybor City breathes with a Spanish flavor all its own. In 1886, Spanish oppression was forcing cigar makers out of Cuba. So Vicente Martinez Ybor established the first cigar factory here in Tampa. Utilizing only pure Havana tobacco leaves, Ybor soon developed a worldwide reputation for fine cigars. The history and Latin flavor still permeate Ybor City, and a short walking tour will send you back to that colorful era. Historic markers are placed throughout the city so you can feel free to explore on your own. The Ybor City State Museum is open to the public, and here you can learn how fine hand-rolled cigars have been made for hundreds of years. Also of historic, University of Tampa, located at 401 West Kennedy Boulevard. Although not established as a university until 1931, the campus has a long and colorful past. The university's administration building, Plant Hall, was originally constructed in 1890 as the Tampa Bay Hotel. It served as Theodore Roosevelt's headquarters during the Spanish-American War, and today is considered the finest example of Moorish architecture in the Western Hemisphere. Within an hour's drive north of Tampa, St. Petersburg, Weeki Wachee Springs, off Interstate 75 and U.S. Route 19, and is open year-round. A unique water adventure, Weeki Wachee is built around an artesian spring which flows at a rate of more than 100,000 gallons per minute. The crystal water maintains a constant temperature of 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Here you can enjoy Buccaneer Bay with its water slides and sandy beach. For something really unusual, imagine a theater 16 feet below the surface of the spring, where beautiful mermaids perform choreographed acrobatics. A unique treat for the whole family, the Mermaid Magic Show can be viewed through a series of 19 plate glass windows. Afterwards, entertaining shows featuring birds of prey and exotic birds will round out your stay at Weeki Wachee. Homosassa Springs is located 75 miles north of Tampa on US 19. Homosassa Springs, in the city of the same name, is open and offers one of nature's more unusual phenomenon. Here, over 10,000 fresh and saltwater fish swim together in the giant Fishbowl Spring, a 6 million gallon spring at the head of the Homosassa. A floating observatory allows you to come face to face with the 34 different species of fresh and saltwater fish that populate the 55-foot deep spring. Homosassa Springs is nationally known as a haven for injured or orphaned manatees. The manatees are an endangered species of aquatic mammal, and fewer than 1,000 remain in existence. Don't miss Gator Lagoon, where you'll receive a toothy smile from each hungry inhabitant. You can watch the gators and crocodiles 4 times daily. 50 miles north of St. Petersburg, the authentic flavor of the Greek community comes to colorful life in Tarpon Springs. Sponge diving began here in the early 1900s, when Greek divers came to ply their centuries-old trade. Although the natural sponge industry has since declined, the Greek community in Tarpon Springs is a vibrant and joyous view of a replanted Mediterranean culture. As you stroll along Dodecanese Boulevard, you may have the feeling that you're in a different time and place. The aroma of freshly baked Greek bread, the festive melodies of Greek music, and the colorful sponge boats all add to the feeling. Plan on dining at one of the many authentic Greek restaurants. Visit the shops and boutiques for some very unusual gifts. And for those seeking a seafaring adventure, take a trip aboard a sponge boat for an actual sponge diving exhibition with hard hat divers. While in Tampa, you can enjoy the charm of the area on one of the several excursion boats. These festive boats offer a relaxing and unusual way to enjoy the beauty of Tampa Bay. Most feature a variety of day cruises, as well as evening cruises, where you can dine and dance under the Florida moonlight as you cruise the harbor and bay waters. In addition to these party cruises, Tampa has a vibrant nightlife. There are a variety of fine nightclubs. Of excitement can be found in the restaurants and gathering spots of most major hotels. Tampa also has its share of special events, including one of my favorites, the Gasparilla Pirate Invasion. Florida's answer to the Mardi Gras, the Gasparilla Pirate Invasion, and most colorful event in the state. The festivities are a light-hearted tribute to Jose Gaspar, a rather colorful villain who is rumored to have buried his pirate booty in the region. Each year in early February, the Jose Gasparilla unfurls its mighty sails and storms into Tampa Bay amidst a flash of cannon fire. More fun than frightening, the pirates parade through the captured Tampa streets in ornate and fanciful floats. The pirate ship has retreated and returns peacefully to its dock on Bayshore Boulevard. It remains there throughout the year and is open to the public. Once you've arrived in Central Florida, you may be wondering what's the best way to get around. Although there is an extensive network of public bus lines throughout Central Florida, our taxi service, we suggest renting a car for your vacation here. With the large number of attractions and the distances between them, cost of taxi service or time spent at bus stops could be the greater flexibility of a rented vehicle in this land of 1,000 attractions should be well worth the expense. And now, let's move around Tampa Bay to the city of St. Petersburg. Surrounded by water on 3 sides is a small peninsula known as the Pinellas Suncoast. St. Petersburg lies on the southern tip of the Pinellas Suncoast, 20 minutes from downtown Tampa. Access is provided by 3 bridges: the Gandy Bridge, the Courtney Campbell Causeway, and Interstate 275, which spans the Howard Franklin Bridge. Some of the finest beachfront in the world is within the St. Petersburg area. Miles of spectacular white sand beaches and crystal clear waters of the Gulf of Mexico have made this area a top choice for discriminating sun seekers. The variety of beachfront allows you to play paddleball on Clearwater Beach, launch a catamaran from the sands of Treasure Island, soak Sierra Beach, or stroll along the shores as the sun sets on St. Pete Beach. Or just spend a quiet day with the pelicans and great white herons at Fort DeSoto Park, a National Historic Monument. When you visit St. Petersburg, there are a number of you should consider visiting. If you appreciate tropical beauty, you might want to visit the Sunken Gardens of St. Petersburg. The Sunken Gardens are located at 1825 4th Street North and are open. One of the most beautiful botanical collections in the country, the Sunken Gardens feature nearly 7,000 varieties of flowering plants. Native Florida vegetation, as well as flora from every tropical country, are represented in the lush 7-acre exhibit. Flowers, trees, and tropical fruits are labeled to identify each exotic species. You don't have to be a photographer to appreciate the Sunken Gardens, but if you do want to impress the folks back home with your camera skills, this is the place to do it. The menagerie of jungle creatures ready to pose range from monkeys to macaws, and even the ponds are stocked with various species of goldfish. In the midst of this tropical setting is the King of Kings exhibit, where stunning wax figures depict the life of Christ. West of St. Petersburg is the island of Madeira Beach and a favorite shopping stop, John's Pass Village. Here, you can browse through the many distinctive shops and then relax at one of several interesting restaurants. Our attraction for shopping is nearby Boatyard Village. Boatyard Village also offers a charming array of shops and restaurants in a rustic, seafaring atmosphere. South of St. Petersburg in the city of Sarasota are the unusual Ringling Museums. There are actually 3 Ringling Museums and a theater here, all set on 36 landscaped acres of tropical gardens. The John and Mabel Ringling Museum of Art is Florida's official art museum. Housing an inspiring collection of Baroque masterpieces, the museum itself is a work of art, a stunning recreation of a 15th century Italian villa. Children and adults will love the Museum of the Circus, a collection of artifacts dedicated to preserving the circus that was. Who wouldn't want to live the life of a 1920s multimillionaire, if only for a few hours? That's how you feel as you tour the magnificent Ringling Residence, the 3rd museum at the site. The Ringling Residence was built on Sarasota Bay at a cost of nearly $2 million. That, of course, was $2 million in 1925. After you've toured the nearly 30 finely appointed rooms, don't miss the 8,000 square foot marble terrace with a breathtaking view of the bay. Let's talk about the kind of weather you should expect here in Central Florida. Florida considers itself the Sunshine State, and there is a great deal of truth to this claim. The average temperature for Central Florida is a comfortable 71 degrees. During the winter months, you can expect daily high temperatures to be in the low to the mid-70s. Nightly lows average between 50 and 55 degrees Fahrenheit. However, in Florida, there is always the risk of a sudden cold front with temperatures dropping to near freezing. If you are planning a summer vacation, expect high temperatures in the low to the mid-90s. Summer nights dip into the lower 70s. It's not uncommon for it to rain many afternoons during the summer. These showers don't usually last very long, but you should be prepared for them. And when it doesn't rain, it shines. Be sure to pack the appropriate sunscreen or lotion and a good pair of sunglasses for your trip. For the sports-minded, fishing probably draws more visitors to Florida's west coast than any other attraction. Tarpon, the silver king of Florida game fish, run from mid-May until August from both Tampa Bay and the Gulf. Many other kinds of fish can be caught throughout the area from municipal piers and bridges. Boats of every size and description may be hired for fishing in the bay or the Gulf. Check with your hotel to locate the best near you. In a land of non-stop sun, golf and tennis join fishing as top outdoor sports. In fact, golf was introduced to this country in nearby Sarasota from its birthplace in Scotland. pros and amateurs alike will find more than 100 courses and racket clubs in the area. Can you imagine 128 miles of prime shoreline without the splashing color of sails on the horizon? From the latest in high-tech equipment to the smallest rowboat, virtually anything that floats is available for rent here. Another water sport activity which is becoming more and more popular is windsurfing. With a colorful sail mounted on an oversized surfboard, the object of windsurfing is to simply stand and let the warm Gulf breezes carry you along. Many rental fees for boats and sailboards include basic instruction for the beginner. If you would rather watch sports than work at them, there are almost always professional sports teams playing here. Avid fans know Tampa Stadium as the home of the National Football League's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Rowdies of the North American Soccer League also play at Tampa Stadium. Tickets are generally available for home games, and most can be obtained through your hotel. If you're a fan of the Cincinnati Reds, Philadelphia Phillies, New York Mets, or the St. Louis Cardinals, you can watch these teams warming up for the season opener. Care to place a small wager on a sure thing or a long shot? Horse racing, the sport of kings, is held January through March at Tampa Bay Downs. Greyhound racing can be found year-round at either the Tampa Dog Track in St. Petersburg or Sarasota. And of course, there is Highlight. This unusual sport is one of the fastest and most dangerous games. Highlight teams compete at the Tampa Highlight Fronton from December to May. The Tampa-St. Petersburg area features an abundance of fine lodgings to meet every budget, from the nationally known resorts to seaside hideaways and cozy bed and breakfast inns. You can choose the accommodations which best suit your vacation plans. Whatever your choices, you should book your reservations well in advance, especially through the peak winter months of January through April. During non-peak months, September through December, hotel rates may be reduced as much as 15 to 30% below peak rates. Condominiums are also available, but once again you should book well in advance. For a more extensive list of area hotels, you might want to contact your travel agent. When planning what to wear on your Florida vacation, you should of course dress for the appropriate season. Winter now, so you should consider packing some moderate weight clothing. A sweater or light jacket should do nicely. Lighter garments and swimwear should satisfy your daytime needs. For summer, with its warm to hot temperatures and higher humidities, light casual clothing is a must. However, because of the unusually reliable summer showers, a light raincoat or umbrella is a good idea for the afternoon. And if you're visiting any of the attractions here, you should expect to do a lot of walking, so make sure you bring a comfortable pair of shoes with you. This won't be the time to try to break in a new pair. Whatever time of year you visit, plan on taking along at least one stylish outfit should you decide to take in the exciting Florida nightlife. Now that we have visited the Tampa-St. Petersburg area, let's travel inland to Orlando and Kissimmee St. Cloud. Traveling by air? It couldn't be more convenient. The Orlando International Airport, one of the newest in the world, is served by many major airlines, with direct flights to more than 90 U.S. cities. Once you have landed, a modern monorail system delivers you from the concourse to baggage, parking, and car rentals. Most hotels provide shuttle transportation to and from Orlando International Airport. Limousine and taxis 24 hours a day. Walt Disney World, and Universal Studios Florida are within an hour of the airport. If you arrive by car, you'll find well-marked ways with clearly marked off-ramps. Orlando sits at the intersection of Interstate Highway 4 and the Florida Turnpike, easily accessible from any direction. Many other U.S. and Florida highways, as well as the Beeline Expressway, service the area. Amtrak has a regular schedule of train service to the region. The station at Kissimmee is the official stop for Walt Disney World. Interstate buses are also convenient to Central Florida, with connections to most major U.S. cities. Originally a land of citrus groves and cattle ranching, the entire face of Central Florida was changed by the efforts and imagination of one very special man. In the early 60s, Walt Disney secretly bought up thousands of acres around Lake Buena Vista. And a new magic kingdom surrounded by miles of rusty countryside and recreational attractions. Disney did not intend to build just another amusement park. He wanted to create an entire self-enclosed world. Covering more than 28,000 acres, a full 43 square miles, Walt Disney World is a massive and diverse entertainment center visited by millions of people each year. Easily accessible from Interstate Highway 4, the area is about 15 miles southwest of Orlando in Lake Buena Vista. The Magic Kingdom is the focal point of Walt Disney World. Loved by people from around the globe, this animated wonderland contains more than 40 delightful attractions, over 70 distinctive shops and restaurants, and of course, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and all of the other Disney favorites. All of these famous, colorful characters touch the hearts of youngsters from near and far. But the Magic Kingdom isn't only for kids. There are enough breathtaking rides and imaginative, thought-provoking exhibits to fascinate people of all ages. You enter through Main Street, USA, with its silent movies and horse-drawn streetcars. An affectionate look at an enchanting period of American history. Brave the challenges of Adventureland, where you can Pirates of the Caribbean and take a mysterious jungle cruise. Then it's off to magical Liberty Square, where you'll come face to spooky face with 999 ghosts at the Haunted Mansion and see early America with steamboat trips and the Hall of Presidents. At Frontierland, board a runaway mine train for a harrowing ride down Big Thunder Mountain. In Tomorrowland, race through Space Mountain. And finally, enter Fantasyland through Cinderella's castle to see Snow White and your other favorite Disney characters. See and enjoy it all, and remember it happily ever. An enticing leap through time and space, the incredible Epcot Center is an important part of Walt Disney World, located just 2 miles south of the Magic Kingdom. The complex was completed in 1982 at a cost of $900 million. The name Epcot stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. The exhibit encompasses 2 entertainment worlds, Future World and the World Showcase of Nations, each designed to highlight the achievements of science, industry, and the creative imagination of humanity. The spectacular attractions in Future World are sponsored by a variety of major corporations and many exciting exhibits. The World Showcase of Nations is a glowing tribute to the various cultures which make up our planet. Built around a lake, the wondrously conceived showcase features exhibits from around the world. These exhibits may be reached by foot, double-decker bus, or boat. In each section, the landscaping, architecture, food, exhibits, and shops capture the atmosphere of the country represented. In the interest of authenticity, all showcases are staffed by nationals of that country and bilingual Disney employees. As an added convenience, linked to the Magic Kingdom by an 8-mile monorail circuit. Outside the park, discover River Country, where you can ride, slide, and splash your way around the old swimming hole. Or take an excursion to Discovery Island, a zoological park filled with exotic birds and tropical flowers. If you are camping, there is plenty of space to pitch a tent or park a recreational vehicle at Disney World's Fort Wilderness Recreation Area and Campgrounds. For the perfect souvenir, don't miss the wonderful curio and gift shops at the Village Shopping Center. You should plan on at least 3 days if you want to see everything at the Magic Kingdom and Epcot Center. A 4th day might be spent enjoying the other activities outside the parks. Walt Disney World is open every day of the year. Walt Disney World is the best known attraction in the Orlando area, but it is far from the only one. And if you don't believe me, there is someone you have to meet. He's black and white, weighs 4,000 pounds, and eats up to 200 pounds of fish daily. He's the killer whale, and he's the Lord and Master of SeaWorld. With a grin the size of a sofa bed, Shamu is the most talented performer who ever swam in a tuxedo. Along with several white-sided dolphins and killer whale friends, he's featured in the Shamu Experience. It's a fun celebration proving the gentle intelligence of her friends. But of course, not everything in the water is as friendly. At the shark encounter, you can see dozens of ominous sharks swimming around you as you walk in an underwater glass tunnel with a 600,000-gallon aquarium. After the shark encounter, visit the Seal and Otter Stadium as sea lion favorites Clyde and Seymour star with otters and a lovable walrus in an unforgettable comedy show. At the Atlantis Theater, watch championship water skiing, including an amazing 13-skier pyramid. Located at Interstate Highway 4 and the Beeline Expressway between Orlando and Walt Disney World. If the aquatic shows at SeaWorld make you want to try the water yourself, then Wet n Wild is only a few minutes away. Here you can work on your tan or experience some of the most exciting water activity you can imagine. Start on the Kamikaze, a 6-story high water slide. Then onto the Toboggan or the Corkscrew Flume. Try knee skiing around a half-a-mile lake course. Once you have your courage up, ride Das Tuca, the highest speed slide in the world. And if that's not enough, body surf in the 4-foot-high waves of the Surf Lagoon. Whatever your pleasure, the entire family can enjoy Wet n Wild. This is a seasonal attraction which closes in the winter. At Universal Studios Florida, you can visit an actual working motion picture and television production studio. Then, by one of the most exciting entertainment-themed attractions in Florida. Located on 444 spacious acres, 10 miles southwest of Orlando, Universal Studios is open every day of the year. See and experience the motion picture and television industry firsthand as a variety of live shows unfold before your very eyes. you'll become a part of the sets themselves if you're chosen as an extra. And you'll learn the fascinating secrets behind set design, costuming, special effects, and other aspects of movie making and television production. And the Universal Studios backlot offers 50-plus set locations of everything from a village in New England to the glitter of Hollywood Boulevard. And speaking of Hollywood, Florida is the largest film and television studio outside of Hollywood, California, a $600 million complex. And the movie-themed attractions are nothing short of spectacular. You'll go behind the scenes and actually relive the action sequences and special effects of some of moviedom's greatest hits, all in a three-dimensional environment.
Be good, actor.
Located near Winter Haven, about halfway between Tampa and Orlando on State Route 540, is Gardens. Cypress Gardens is a botanical wonderland with more than 8 varieties of exotic plants, trees, and flowers, along with unusual and endangered animals from all corners of the world. The original attraction opened in 1936 with a stunning array of tropical flowers. Since that time, Cypress Gardens has expanded outdoor entertainment center. The Living Forest is the zoological equivalent of the botanical gardens, utilizing landscaped waterways and shrubbery of bars and cages. Children will enjoy the bird shows, petting zoo, costume characters, and magic acts. Adults will admire Dixieland Reborn at the Southern Crossroads. Tour boats cruise the canals and lake. Known as the Water Ski, Cypress Gardens features the famous Water Ski Review, presented daily in an all-weather stadium. You can climb aboard the Island in the Sky, a majestic ride which takes you 150 feet off the ground, providing an inspiring panoramic view of the gardens and the surrounding area. Cypress Gardens is open 365 days a year. If you tire of all the fast-paced attractions or simply want a few hours' peace, visit the beautiful Bach Tower Gardens. Landscaped grounds surrounding one of Florida's most famous landmarks. The pink and gray tower is located on the peninsula's highest point, elevation 295 feet. Built of Georgian marble and stone from St. Augustine, the Carillon bell 3 brass bells, weighing from 17 pounds to more than 11 tons. Carillon recitals are given daily at 3 p.m., and selections are played throughout the day, bringing an indescribable serenity to the lush grounds. Surrounding the tower, 128 acres of gardens contain thousands of azaleas, magnolias, and gardenias. Both the gardens and the tower were gifts of publisher and author Edward Bach. Located 3 miles north of Lake Wales, near Cypress Gardens on County Road, Tower Gardens are open to the public for year-round enjoyment. You have several transportation options once you have arrived in the Orlando area. If you're planning to dining and nightlife, you'd be wise to rent a car. Taxi fares over the distances here can get quite expensive, and public transportation slows considerably after park closing hours. Getting to and from the major attractions, however, is relatively easy and can be quite enjoyable. In Lake Buena Vista, shuttle buses operate on a 15-minute schedule. Stops are provided at all hotels and at the entrance to both the Magic Kingdom and Epcot Center. This service is provided free of charge and to hotel guests. Service on charming red double-decker buses provided for a small fee to other nearby attractions. Gray Line also maintains an extensive network of bus routes throughout the area. Here's my suggestion. Try the double-deckers and shuttle buses when touring Walt Disney World. Then rent a car to enjoy the other enjoyable area attractions. Once you've worked up an appetite, you're in for a real treat here. Virtually every kind of cuisine is available in Central Florida, but the area is famous for its seafood and southern dishes. And there are a number of dining entertainment areas, like Mardi Gras, a 400-seat dinner theater, the world of festivals and carnivals with song, costume dancers, variety shows, and cabaret-style entertainment. It all begins with a silver service 4-course. There's King Henry's Feast, which relives the spirit of the days with magicians, jugglers, aerial acts, and dueling knights, complete with minstrels and jesters. Along with a 5-course banquet, King Henry's Feast is a building with actual English stone, brick, and timber. The Fort Liberty Wild West Dinner and Trading Post in Kissimmee, a 22-acre Western shopping, dining, entertainment center with authentic stockade fort and trading post, there's a wide array of Western style and food on hand. The Wild West Dinner features American dance, sing-alongs, a medicine man show, authentic tribal Indian dancing, and a hearty 4-course Western banquet. Come on down to Church Street Station and find some of Orlando's nightlife. Actually, 5 clubs in one, Church Street Station includes Rosie O'Grady's Good Time Emporium, featuring Dixieland jazz and can-can dancers. Courtyard, Phineas Fogg's Balloon Works, Shine House, and Lily Marlene's Aviators Pub and Restaurant. There's something to please every taste and temperament. Church Street Station is located on Church Street and Interstate Highway, downtown Orlando. With hundreds of sparkling by, Orlando is a fisherman's paradise. These lakes teem with bass, and boat rentals and experienced guides are available for the visiting angler. The river ship Grand Rome Sea steamboat cruise, which sails the picturesque and historic St. Johns River. Along the way is an intriguing panorama of lush tropical foliage and a variety of Florida wildlife. Luncheon or dinner cruises are offered with a delectable choice of freshly cooked entrees. Views, performers, and music also highlight river ship Grand Romance cruises, located north of Orlando at Sanford. There is a wide range of accommodations in the Orlando area. Numerous hotels, motels, and resorts here are suited to meet every budget. There's a number of excellent campgrounds and RV parks. Just south of Orlando is the convenient Kissimmee St. Cloud Resort area, located off the Florida Turnpike. Kissimmee St. Cloud is one of the finest convention centers in the country, offering numerous spacious facilities that can accommodate any size business or pleasure, and it's all within minutes of some of Florida's most famous attractions. The area boasts 18,000 hotel rooms, over 200 restaurants, and 6,000 campsites for RVs and tents. Opportunities abound and include water skiing, sailing, fishing, and boating. Also here are some of the most lush and challenging golf courses in the South. And you'll find a full slate of colorful and exciting events around. There are many attractions too. And the Kissimmee St. Cloud area has some of the best atmosphere-filled dining and nightlife around. About an hour from the Orlando area, the East Coast features sunny ocean beaches, wilderness refuges, and one very special attraction, the awesome Kennedy Space Center, home of the Space Shuttle and the world's first fully operational space. It's an easy day trip from Orlando to Cape Canaveral on Route 528, known as the B Line. From Orlando, follow the signs to the John F. Kennedy Space Center. With 2 million visitors each year, it has become one of the most popular attractions in Florida. Your Spaceport USA tour begins at the Visitor Center on Merritt Island. Are huge rockets and spacecraft on display. You can see a moon rock, space capsules, rocket engines, and a lunar lander. For a small fee, the IMAX Theater lets you relive the first launch of the Space Shuttle Columbia, 5 stories high and 70 feet wide. There are 2: the blue, which is more historical, or the red, which views the current activities of the space program. The tours also require a small fee, and each lasts for about tours. $53 after you get to Florida. NASA well in advance of a scheduled launch and ask. This will get you through the gate on a launch day from the pad. Photo lens if you have them. You don't have this equipment. A launch is still a magnet, and you won't be disappointed. You can park outside the center anywhere you see cars. There are choice spots along U.S. Highway 1 in Titusville and along State Road 402 north of Complex 39. You can also ask the local viewing areas. In the shadow of man's grandest achievements lies a shelter for nature's most fragile. Adjoining the Space Center is the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge, a haven for deer, animals, alligators, and except Christmas and launch days. And to top off our land vacation, you'll find the luxury cruise liners of Sea Escape or Carnival are just the ticket for the Florida. Don't forget to pick up Rand McNally maps of Florida and area cities, and the handy Rand McNally Road Atlas. A pictorial preview of your Central Florida vacation. Petersburg on the Gulf of Mexico to the Kennedy Space Center overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. This video trip is part of travel series. South and North Florida, other popular vacation spots as well. Also look for Rand McNally's America's Park series, which includes these parks and others.
For more information about exciting destinations, consult Rand McNally's full line of world atlases, road atlases, and travel world atlases such as the new International Atlas. The Cosmopolitan World Atlas are filled with detailed full-color maps that give you an in-depth view of the world. These maps depict the terrain, climate, culture, economic conditions, and population of thousands of locations around the globe. Half the fun of vacationing is in the planning. And the Great Escapes Getaway Guide is just one example of the many Rand McNally travel guides that make this job easier. It features a variety of from the fast pace of city life to the serene beauty of America's national parks, along with a special section just for children. For more information, there's a selection of more than 3,000 free travel brochures to send for. Now, no trip would be complete without a good map, and the best-selling annually updated Rand McNally Road Atlas contains easy-to-read, highly detailed road maps, along with helpful travel tips that will guide you safely to destinations in North America. Rand McNally publications are available wherever books are sold, including the Rand McNally Map and Travel stores in Chicago, Boston, Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Costa Mesa, California.